We're seeing now Beis Hashem Yisbarach Daf Chav Vav Amud Beis. It says in the Mishnah that you always go like the place where you come because you don't want to make machlekes. So what's going on here? So we understand what you should not do because it has the chumrah of the place that you went, and also you don't want to change from machlekes. So we know exactly what you need to do. How about the opposite? He goes from place that don't do malacha to a place that do malacha. So he has a big problem here. What is he supposed to do? So should he do a malacha because the minig is to do, but he's not doing like the chumrah that he left. Should he not do a malacha? He's doing against the minig amakim. So what's the solution? So Pashta Mishnah means that he should do. Mishnah says he should not do different from Nemachlekes. Means that this overrides. There's a rule you should do the Chumrah Makkam that he came, but also there's a rule you shouldn't do it Nemachlekes. So I don't understand why. What you're telling me that you have to do? Aren't the other people that don't do malacha? Let him not do, and that's it. People won't know that he's doing it because of machlekes. We're talking a case where it's very obvious. It's a case where everybody's going to realize, and if he can hide it, then Taki should not do. But if he causes a arousal, people are going to ask what's going on, then it's not, then he has to do a malacha. He has to follow the minig because machlokes overrides everything. It overrides this fact of the mokim sheyatsa misham. A similar case where you have to go of the chumrah of the place that you left. Hamoedach perish shvi is mokim shekol and mokim sheleikol. Oy mokim sheleikol mokim shekol. The halacha is that there's a thing that's called zman beer. If there's no more of that fruit on the hefker on the fields, you have to take it out of your house and be mafkir. So let's say you came from Bnei Barak to Haifa. And Bnei Barak is already kalu. There's no more of that. But now you're in Haifa, and Haifa there is still. Or the opposite. You came from Haifa to Bnei Barak. And right here, in Bnei Barak, it's kalu. Chayiv Lavar. He always has to go against the Chumrah, according to the Chumrah, either the place that he left or the place that he arrived to. Rabbi Yehuda Oimet, say v'havelcha afata. Rabbi Yehuda says, no. He says, so the Rabbi Yehuda is talking in a case where the place that he left, it's not kala. So he says, what do you want from me? Go back to Haifa. Let's say Haifa is not kala. So even though Bnei Brak is kala, he says, go to Haifa, just like I went and I got it from there. So that's a reason arguing in this case where he comes from a place where it's not kala. So the Gemara is going to explain here the Mishnah, simple meaning. Call him a Taveri or call him a Tzapoyin. Amalim, it's a Poyin of Asa. He says, I bought it. That's what Buddha is arguing. I bought it from Tzapayri. Go back to Tzapayri where I came from. You'll find it there. So both of these Tanaim hold that you can be soimach on a certain heter, that if the place where I left still has it, I can tell the guy, go to that place. The Taninen Taman Euchen ala Mufker and Euchen ala Shamer. You can only eat, means you're not chayav to do beer if there's still found of this mean in the hefker de gesodas. And Euchen ala Shamer. If the only place where you can find this fruit is in guarded areas, people that are over and they don't allow people to come in, so that's not a good reason to say, oh, by the way, it's still matzvi basada. You can go to the Shamer. That's not a good excuse, because the shomer is not legitimate. It's a big chiddush. You can rely on that also. The person can say, "What do you want from me?" They're still looking for apples. Go to that guy there and just break in his fence and take an apple, even though he's guarding it, but he's not allowed to do it. So just go there and take an apple. So he says, "Im nashama aveisim, im enatem amimeni." I saw the plains b'shemeres lefanecha tzeva v'chaf atam. According to that, you can rely on even on the far-fetched things. here also, you can say to the guy, you don't find any more in this city, go to the place where I bought it from. So they both say this svara that you rely on a very schwache, on a weak heter, and you can say for the guy that's wants to have that mean, go to a different place or go to a shomer. That's enough to allow me to continue eating this fruit and not make beer. So this is a totally the minig amakim, goat or sheep, if you're allowed to sell them for a goy. Gemara says in Avodah Zarah that's kula amamoidi, you're not allowed to sell behemoth gasa, you're not allowed to sell cows or oxen, but or bulls. But this is a very the daka is totally in a minig. It's again repeating this. It's general statement. Wherever you come, you should do the minig amakim. Oh, that's all the places. This regardless where you are. This is not a minig. This is halacha that you're not allowed to sell for a goy. A golem, even young calves or sayachim, that young uh, donkeys. Shleim shvurim even they're broken. Abila mata b'shvura. Jesus says you're allowed to sell them if it's broken, if it can't do a proper work. You're allowed to sell for a goy a behemoth gasa. The Messiah mata b'sus, sus is a horse, even though it's a behemoth gasa, it's still mutter because you don't do a malacha with it. You only ride on it. It's a gasa because you do a malacha on Shabbos. When I ask the question, mutter legadol, you say that the minute the question is if you can sell for a goy behemoth daka, like sheep or goats. Is it permissible to raise behemoth daka in Eretz Yisrael? Because we know that behemoth daka they steal, they eat from other fields. So there's an isser in general not to have behemoth daka. So who talks about selling it? You're not allowed to even have it, and you're not allowed to have a farm from behemoth daka. There's a certain town called Mahir. It's a very big area, a lot of woods there. There, you're allowed to at least raise them because there's no shash of gezel. On that, the Mishnah talks that even though you're allowed to raise them, you cannot, if there's a minik, not to sell for a goy, then you're not allowed to sell for a goy. This is the end of Daf Chav Vav Amud Beis.